Hi everyone, I'm Michelangelo Blue. Welcome to our Conversations with Goddess. This is episode 696. This was written on Saturday, January 22, 2022. We have something with the twos going on there. But more important is the date that I'm filming today, right now. Today is a very special date, Friday, June 14, because I don't see the time here. Because we're past midnight. So this is really just because we're past midnight. We are now the beginning of the special Friday, June 14. Why is it special? This marks exactly 40 months that I arrived and fell in love with this portal, the Puerto Viejo portal. The whole area really that we're calling the Puerto Viejo portal. We've identified the Playa Chiquita as its own portal inside the Puerto Viejo portal, so the eye of the storm, really. But the entire Talamanca portal that I arrived on February 14, Valentine's Day, that I didn't know on this date. On this date, I hadn't really walked in the jungle yet. But the next morning, so really on the 15th, before I even got out of bed, I knew that I was going to be living here and staying here, and that this was a magical place. So, exactly 40 months ago, which marks 8 times 5, so our cycles of 8 months, this closes officially. Congratulations, this is the anniversary for the 5th cycle of 8 months. I don't know what I wrote 2.5 years ago, but of course I know it's gonna be the exact thing that I need to hear today, because today my prayer is still that I receive what I need to go through this super challenging phase of terminating this 4th elemental beach house so that we can officially go public. And so let's see what the messages will be for today. Episode officially 696, Saturday, January 22, 2022. I wrote, "It's past 4 p.m. I barely made it out of bed." Wow. So this is actually what's happening again right now as of the last week. So this is super powerful. "I remember this life very well, staying up all night and sleeping in and staying in bed all day. My excuse right now is that my car broke down again. I'm a bit bummed, but more so, it is propelling me even more into my reclusive and hermit self that I am so used to. There is something that resembles an addict's behavior. It's like I'm addicted to this. I pull away from the day-to-day outer world really and enter my own inner landscape reality, which at least in the last couple of months and even this last year in Costa Rica, I've probably done less than ever before in my life." So in a way, is this like a relapse, or is it more of a going back to inner integration mode that is necessary for the deep transitional process that I feel I am in right now? Now, I should not be surprised anymore. I'm always surprised. And I wish for you to always be surprised. That God and Goddess and magic and wonder, the more you know it, the more you believe, the more you surrender, the more you love, that you always get surprised, that it always gets better. It always gets more magical. It always feels more connected. When you feel like it can't get better, that you feel more awe, more magic, more love. Because this is exactly, this is like, how is this possible? I could have been reading this 2 months ago, a year ago. If I would go really fast in these recordings, even 2 years ago, right? So how is it possible that the words that I am reading right now is exactly what's going on in my life again right now? So this is what we were talking about. There's the spiral, so it means I've now hit another exact point, But of course, when I read this and I remember, my life is completely different. I had just finished the purchasing of Zone 2, the permaculture garden house. I didn't know everything else that was going to open up. I was in awe, but I also felt, I feel like I'm sleeping a lot, I'm closing up from people, and I know this happens in certain points of my life. It's happening again right now. And so I'm asking, what's really going on? Is it now because I'm getting scared because something really, really big is about to open? Or is there even... So I know there's a bit of both. But it's literally the question that I'm asking to Goddess is exactly what I would be asking tonight. It's actually, I think, what I did ask yesterday in my conversations or this morning. And so I continue by saying, I complain about being alone and that between both my new home and my apartment, I'm alone right now. But there is also a part of me that loves this. I can stay in bed and meditate all day and no one even needs to know where I am. On a good note, I am now beginning to record and share these videos at a faster pace than probably ever have. That's also true because even though it's been 5 days that I haven't recorded, the last time I recorded and the day before, there were 2 record days. I think I recorded more, I think 21 videos the last time and 15 or 16 the previous. So also what I'm saying here, that I'm going at a faster pace, obviously then I took a break, but it's also what's happening in my life right now again. I fast-paced the last videos to end video book 2, and I'm whizzing through video book 3. So actually, right now, I'm whizzing through. I fast-paced video book 7. It was very fast to do, and I'm whizzing through video book 8. So again, a parallel, exactly what's happening, but so much higher level, everything, so much more clarity and more expansiveness. But this is, I believe, now video 80 for video book 8. So very similar what's going on here. And I think this will be, I actually write down the amount of days that it takes me to complete a video book, 88 videos. Some of them took me about a year. This one, I think I'm at about 20 days. So this is going to be probably the fastest one. Like I'm saying here, this was my fastest one yet, video book 3. So again, super parallel things that are going on. And that alone between the prepping to reread and then recording and then posting does take several hours per day. And although I feel super inspired and emotionally moved, I could see how this would also be emotionally intense. So again, the same thing, to prepare and see where to stop, 21 videos, and then to record them and then to publish them, and then also write for that day takes hours and hours and hours. So I can also see how there's something really intense happening and transitioning at the molecular level inside of me. Bringing it all together. In my recordings, I finally transitioned into Costa Rica, went through my 2-week intense retreat in the Pacific, and just arrived on this coast. This is almost weird. So it means what I was recording on this night that I was writing, I had just left the Pacific because I arrived in Costa Rica. So I just had said my anniversary 14 days ago was my 40 months in Costa Rica. And today, I never am sure which one really to celebrate. So I have 14 days of a portal. Today I arrived in the Caribbean 40 months ago. But here, the same thing I'm talking about, that I just finished my 2 weeks of what I recorded there on the day that I wrote this, what I recorded, which is probably video, actually, I know it's video 170 because coincidence, it's what I'm watching because I've recently started watching my videos and I'm about that same part. So I think that there's, if I remember, exactly a year delay. So actually what I recorded on the day that I wrote this is really when I arrived. I had just finished my 2 weeks in the Pacific and I'm just around my 2-week intense in the Pacific and just arrived here in Puerto Viejo. So how is that possible? It's literally the anniversary of 40 months now. The same energy, but that's what I'm talking about. And I wrote this 2.5 years ago. Here on this magical land of Puerto Viejo, Talamanca, that is clearly my new home. So much has happened in 1 year. On one level, I feel really good and safe to be able to take this time to integrate and hide away from everyone. But on the other hand, I feel like I should be more active and move towards what will bring in more money. It still boils down to money. Is that what I am resisting? Having more money so I could create even more stability and ultimately more shared community. Is that what I am resisting and have been this whole time? So interesting. This is the perfect question now again. Money coming up hugely. Is that what I'm resisting? Because if I would have the full amount of money, that would be already part of the blue zone. So that's really how there's something that's still slowing down the process. All of what is being read here is literally realigning right here in this moment as I'm recording this. I'll see you in the next video, and let's see what we got as an answer from Goddess. Om, I am you, you are me. Namaha.